Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Elder Scrolls Legends. This is the Elder Scrolls collectible card game for PC. Now, I got into the beta for the game, and they are allowing us to record footage and post it or stream it or whatever. And as you probably don't know, because they're not very popular, I did do a couple of Hearthstone videos, and I did a single RuneScape. I can't remember what the RuneScape card game was, but I showed it off in a kind of review format. And I'd like to do the same with this one. This is, again, the Elder Scrolls themed card game. And this is kind of my first impressions and a review of the beta and what we can see from it so far. Obviously, the amount of people that watch these videos is much smaller, but for those of you that are watching, thank you. I appreciate it. So let's just go through things one at a time. So first of all, we'll go to profile. You can see that it is different than Hearthstone, but it's more similar to Hearthstone than it is the RuneScape card game. The RuneScape card game had a very different format, but excuse me. So first of all, you can change your title based on achievements you get. So, for example, I chose the Untouchable. I've only played about an hour of the game so far, maybe less. I don't really know, but so I have this title here. You can look at your general stats, your match history, blah blah blah. Then you can go here. You'll get to pick one of these portraits at the beginning, but you can also change it. So basically, this is just your character portrait. It doesn't actually affect the game in any way. It's just purely cosmetic. And of course, in all Elder Scrolls games, the Nords are my favorite by far. So we always pick this badass. But you can go through. Oh, excuse me. I have some burps coming, but yeah, you can go through all of the races, and then there's different avatars basically for you to choose from. But we're definitely going with the Nord here. Good stuff. You can see your match history. I didn't realize something was going on, so I did lose this basically tutorial level. But yeah, that's that. Collection stats, different things like that. Quests, you can see your quests here. So win 3 games with agility cards, I guess. You get 40 coins. Good stuff. So they do have the coin system like Hearthstone. And similar to Hearthstone, we'll go to the very next button here. You can buy packs. You also have an arena that's very similar. And just like Hearthstone, you can earn in-game currency to buy single packs at a time, or you can use real money to buy loads and loads of packs. Pretty similar. I think the prices are even similar. I'm not going to check, though. They seem like they're pretty close to the same if they're not. Arena tickets. So I have to complete Story Chapter 14 to unlock this, but I'm assuming it's going to be similar to Hearthstone's Arena. Moving on, we can see our collection here to build decks. This is your deck builder. Now you have some different styles of decks here. This is the one that I just unlocked. I haven't even used it yet. But the difference between Hearthstone and this, or one of the first differences we'll see here, how do I go back? Just go done. Is that the decks are based off of 2 stats that it gives you. So for example, Band of Survivors is the first one you get, and it's based off of willpower and strength cards. So red cards are strength and yellow are willpower. And then the Black Marsh Smugglers are based off of agility, and I'm not sure what the anvil is, metalworking maybe or something. Probably something like that with weapons and items. So that kind of gives you your basic, kind of like when you're selecting a type of deck before. However, I haven't found a way to name the deck, although let's build a new deck and see.
Add a favorite card from your collection to your deck.
Okay. Well, I don't want. Oh, okay. So this way you can do it however you want. Jaeger's, or let's say Nord. I don't know. Nord's rule. I don't know. Let's see if we can find a picture of a Nord, for example. A good warrior would be lovely. Maybe. Come on, give me a very aggressive looking Nord. I guess this could work. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay, to start, add a favorite card from your collection to your deck. So up here in the top left, you have tabs for willpower, agility, endurance, dual wielding, or dual attribute, I guess. Oh, it has 2 different ones. What was this again? This was endurance. Okay, so endurance is kind of crafting. And then what was this again? Neutral cards. Okay, interesting. Let's build a strength-based deck and endurance-based deck for our Nords. For our Nord character here. To start, add a card, favorite card, right? Okay, so we're gonna add this.
Add another card.
Now you can see in the bottom right, you can
use
actually. Oh my God! Okay.
So you can use the same attribute or a different one.
All right, thank you. I don't need you to run this through for me, but you can see in the bottom right, it has a similar system to Hearthstone as well. You can see how many cards for the different prices you have, and you can actually have 50. You have to have 50. Cards, but you can also have up to 70 cards in a deck, so that is different. You can have quite a few more cards in your deck, which is interesting to say the least. Let's go ahead and yeah, so the Band of Survivors was willpower and strength, but let's do an endurance and strength and see how that works. Let's grab guard and regenerate. Regenerate heals at the start of your turn. Lovely.
Keep
Let's grab
your
this
favorite
guy.
cards, or select finish deck to
Do I have 2 of these guys? Wait, how many of these guys do I have? You can only add up to 3 copies of a single card. Okay, well, let's take one out then. Imperial armor, that's lovely. We'll grab that. Stalwart ally summons 0+2. Guard if the top deck you're okay. Guard summon gain 1+ max Magicka. That's kind of that could be interesting. Lethal destroy any creature this damages. That could be interesting. Let's grab 2 of those. Why not? So then we need some lower things here. Okay, so you can see here that it's locked in. You can only have 2 attributes, so you can choose any 2 of those attributes. So that's kind of cool. I like that you can customize your deck more than that. I didn't realize that. I thought you were stuck to those builds that they had for you, but apparently you can completely create your own based off of 2 attributes, which is really cool. Actually, I like that idea. So let's go ahead and grab, let's see, how about Morthal Watchman? Let's grab 2 of those, and then 2 Scuttlers, because why not? So that should bring that up, yep, okay, and then let's grab 2 of these guys. Now something to note is in this game there are some cards that are just better than other cards, because you can level, certain cards get leveled up as you actually level up. As you gain more experience and level up. I don't know if it's your account or your deck is leveling up, but you can actually level up cards to become more powerful for the same price. So there are cards that are just better. But I guess with 50 cards in a deck, you are less likely to draw those. So I guess that's maybe how they balance it out. There's a couple other features that are different once we get into a battle. I'll show you. Yeah, I'm gonna build a deck here though. I'm not gonna have you guys sit here and watch me for 10 hours while I figure this out. So I'm gonna build a deck and I'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. So I did finish my deck. I called it Warrior's Might. Starting out, I actually did not have enough cards to complete the deck, just using strength and endurance. But then I realized, of course, you have a few neutral cards. So I was able to fill it out to the minimum requirement of 50 using a couple of these extra ones that I have. But we're going to call that done. It's called Warrior's Might. We have a lovely thing there. So let's go and try the next thing here. Packs, open packs. So it has a similar feature to Hearthstone. Until you drag a pack on a thing, it makes a lovely little animation. I think it's supposed to kind of give you that gambling high or something. And then you open the pack and you get to click one card at a time and see what you got. But let's go ahead and press play and get into an actual game, which I'm sure you guys are interested mostly in.
You can now hone your deck in a practice battle, or face other players in a versus battle.
Okay, cool.
You may also continue to the next chapter of your hero's story.
Lovely. Okay, so I'm going to save versus till I have a few more cards, and I'm going to continue the story, because the story unlocks a lot of cards for you, which is really nice. I mean, I don't think people are going to be interested enough in this to like ask me to play some versus battles, but I mean, if anyone really would like to see some, I've enjoyed this enough that I'm going to keep playing it a little bit. So if you do want to see some actual battles against players, let me know. But for now, we're just going to show off the actual mechanics of the game, how it's different than other card games.
I love a good storm. Makes the seafaring life interesting.
Oh yes.
How about pirates?
No, they're right bastards. Treat an honest smuggler like a common merchant. There's no honor among scoundrels.
So you can see that the story of this is actually kind of a big part. There's chapters and then acts, and each of the acts is one of these little battles. The story's obviously just kind of fluff. I mean, it's interesting that they have it in there, and it's nice that they have it in there, but you can skip through those little cutscenes. You don't have to watch those every time, and they do give good rewards, so I think it's a good idea.
Second, you start the game with a bonus elixir of magicka.
Yeah, so very similar to...
I stole this cargo fair and square. Let's send these dishonorable thieves into the brine.
Lovely, let's do it. Okay, so one major difference is the fact that there's 2 lanes, which I will show you in a second, but you do get to pick if you want to throw any cards away. So I am going to throw these 2 away because they rely on me having extra magicka. Actually, this one will give me extra magicka. Well, we need something lower though. Let's throw these 2 away, actually. And lovely, that gives me nothing to work with. I'm even gonna get 2 on my first turn. You can see there's actually 2 lanes here.
Look alive, men.
So it works
this storm
very
will toss you
similar
about.
to Hearthstone, only imagine if Hearthstone had 2 lanes. So units in this lane, on the left lane for example, can't attack units that are in the right lane, and vice versa. So you have to decide when you're laying down your units, do you want to counter what they have in this lane, or do you want to like put a card in the other lane to kind of force them to also start putting cards in that lane? So it adds a kind of an interesting mix to it. So I can lay down this guy if I play this. I don't know. I mean, it's not an awful idea, but I mean, at least it'd give me a minion. This has 3 uses. This actually has, yeah, this has 3 uses, but there are some other... So that might seem a little bit overpowered to people who play Hearthstone, because you usually only have the 1 card that gives you that, but there are some other factors that play into it. For example, these ruins around our portraits are for every 5 of our hit points, which are 30. Every time you lose 5 hit points, you actually draw a card automatically. And there's some other effects that are very different as well. But let's go ahead and just play this out and see how it goes.
The winds favor us.
The winds favor us. Okay, summon the top card of your deck is to draw, otherwise put... Okay, so
Dog.
they got to draw a card, which is unfortunate, but... And apparently, somehow they're moving people around the field. Is that... At the end of your opponent's turn, a random creature switches lane. Windy lane. Okay, so that's going to be interesting to try and counter. Alright, so I could play this again and get this guy on the field, but he will just die, so I'm not sure if that's what I want to do yet. But it will give me another magicka, which might not be a bad idea if I can protect him for 1 turn. Let's go ahead and use it. This probably is a mistake. I'm not very good at this game yet, because there is a lot of different stuff you got to kind of be watching for, but let's see if I can keep him alive for 1 turn.
Die, scurvy dog.
See, I lost more than 5 HP, so I got to draw a card. And each one of these ruin stones is a card, so that's going to be a little interesting. Now, while he's on the field, I have 1 max magicka. That's nice. Is there a way to power him up? Any of these power him up? Nope. This White Run Trooper is really tough, but or really strong, but not very. It's not going to last too long. Okay, so maybe what I'll do is place the Scuttler here, so I can kill that next turn, and then put this Orc with charge, and charge works just like it does in the in Hearthstone. You just get to attack immediately. Go ahead and do that. So this guy's gonna actually get switched over to this lane. which I should have thought about, but okay. So I got to draw another card. Okay, so now it's my turn. So I have 5. So I could do a 4 in this 1. I think that's what I will do. I think I will go ahead and put this Whiterun Trooper down. And then this Fiery Imp. And then we're going to go ahead and sacrifice this guy. Take out that Crocodile. This is a good exchange, I think. Plus, the longer I keep this guy alive, the more Magicka I'm getting from it, which is helpful. And I still have one more use on this as well, which is nice, so that was painful. Deal 2 damage to your opponent. So something interesting about this game as well, just because of these ruins here, sometimes you don't want to just kill your enemy off really quickly. You don't want to, because if I were to do a bunch of damage, like 10 damage right now, she would gain 3 cards, I think, or 2 cards. Yes, 2 cards. I can do math. But yeah, she'd gain a bunch of cards, so you want to be careful about how quickly you actually kill the opponent off. So now I have... Okay, so what I could do here, I could use this and play the Swamp Leviathan, or I could use just 6 to go ahead and kill this dude, and then use this guy. And I think that's what I'm going to do for the time being. I think that's a good strategy. Keep his board clean. That means this guy will survive another round. Elsewise, he probably would have died. And let's go ahead and start dealing some damage and play catch up. And the Imp deals 2 damage every time it attacks to the actual opponent, so that's pretty nice. All right, so she's got to draw 2 cards just like me now.
I used to be an adventurer like you.
Magnus, god of sorcery, be with me!
Okay, so interesting. So one of our cards got shifted, which is not ideal. I would like to ideally give this guy guard if possible, so that this Tree Minder will survive another round, but I don't think that's possible right now. So I could play her. Let's first of all, let's get the Swamp Leviathan on the field. I definitely want the Swamp Leviathan. Oh, hold on. Deal 1 damage immediately upon summoning. That could take out this dude. I think. Boom. Yeah, let's go ahead and use it right now. We're already almost at the max anyways, so might as well use it while we're still here. And then let's go for face with him. Let's go ahead and take this guy out. That was a good exchange, I believe. And then that's going to do 3 damage. Lovely. And then 6 damage. You can see she just got 2 cards from my turn because I did so much damage to her. So you do have to be a bit careful here.
I used to be an adventurer like you.
Until I took an arrow to the knee. Guy's kind of cool. I like the card design, by the way. I like this map design with the scenery here, and the cards look very nice. The artwork is really nice. It's obviously very different from Hearthstone in that respect, but I mean, Hearthstone's based off of Warcraft, which is much different than Elder Scrolls anyways, as far as RPGs go. So now we have 8 points, so what do we do here? Probably best that we get... Well, let's see. So we can play all 3 of these cards. So the choice is... Well, let's go ahead and do this. It'll deal 1 damage to all enemies, creatures in this lane, so I can immediately kill this crocodile off. Which is nice. And then let's go ahead and get the Hiss Speaker in there as well.
Power from these trees.
And let's go ahead and add the Morthal Watchman to this lane. Although I'm pretty sure... Oh. Shut up. I knew I could win. Yeah, so do your math before you start laying cards down, because you can end things quicker that way. Jesus. So this is the game rewards for completing things. You get various different rewards depending on whether you level up or different things. But here I got 10 coins, which is nice. And then I also got a pack of endurance cards. Or not a pack. This is just a collection of 3, but you can earn actual packs. Anyways, and packs have 6 in them instead of 3. So I got another Swamp Leviathan, awesome, a Lurking Mummy, and a Suppress, silence a creature. By the way, Prophecy means that if you draw that card because an enemy destroyed one of your ruins, then you can automatically play it for free. So that's that feature. But there you go. We earned some money. Got to the next part in the stuff. I won't show you the next chapter, though. I think we'll call that good. So I hope you have enjoyed, ladies and gentlemen. Again, this was Elder Scrolls Legends. It is in beta right now. You can, I think you can still try and get into the beta if you want. So go check it out if you can. I think you have to apply for the beta, though. But so far, I think it's a really fun game for a card game. If that's your style. I think it adds more complexity than Hearthstone, but it's still a pretty basic card game that's not hard to master. Well, okay, it's probably hard to master, but it's not hard to play. There are a couple more functions than Hearthstone, but other than that, it's not too bad. But anyways, guys, I hope you have enjoyed this video, and if you did, leave a like and a comment, and I'll see you in the next one, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching.